Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 467 edition of Invest the Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yes, I'll say that the global stock market has opened also on a misdirection this morning, as all eyes are on different macroeconomic data and also the earnings that are coming to this market. Impressive, and while some are below market expectation. But on that, market also reacting to these numbers as we speak right away in the matured markets. Yes, right away, let's start from what is happening in Asia market. Asia market, I'll tell you that most Asia stocks are in the red this hour as a risk appetite was somehow trying to quench, but because of activated what is happening in US, this tight, the tight presidential elections going on in US in the next week, and also some key macroeconomic data coming in from that environment is already influencing the sentiment of people in that market. For that, as an investor, what you need to do is for you to know exactly what to do at this point, especially knowing that during this uncertain, uncertainty period in any economy, especially when it comes to election, is just a temporary. What you do, which sectors are you seeing positive number? That is shaping Asia market as we speak now. Even in Japan market remain in the green. I don't know as what even the heightened political uncertainty in that development because of what the bet on Bank of England, Bank of Japan not no raising rate hike rate in the next meeting. These are the things also the shaping, but most of the market in that region are taking a clue for what is happening in the Wall Street in US, where buying into tech stock are becoming the interesting thing because all eyes are still on more companies in that tech space to do the result today and tomorrow before the end of the week. These are what is shaping the market in Asia. But also, if you look at other market in that region, like either rate hike or or no kind of these are the things that are also shaping the market as we speak. And in this scenario is also fueling what the physical spending of what of the government of Japan. On the note, yeah, as an investor, you should know what to do right away if you are in that market. This will help us to know exactly what investors should do as regards what their investment decision. But one is very important that the what we call the PMI, which is the Purchasing Manager Index, that stimulates production or tell you what's happening in the market. It's also reflecting what is going to happen right away now as we speak in the market. That is why, as a trader or investor, you need to just pay attention to what all these economic data that are coming into what to this environment. That it has a way of shaping what you are supposed to do as an investor or trader. That is why you must pay attention to see if the economy is expanding or what or contracting. If the economy is expanding, that means that they are likely to see what these more positive numbers we are seeing, which is not only in mature economy. Down here, we are also seeing a impressive number coming from the corporate world, so that despite the booming economy we are seeing, it also is happening in those economy. Looking at this macroeconomic data, it points to you what is happening in the economy. That is why attention is being shifted now from one to all these earnings that are coming to the market right away in that environment. You must also pay attention to this because it has the also influencing your decision. And that is why if you look at also what is happening in a Euro market. Euro market is opening. That's why I say mixed market opening on the world in the south direction marginally, as all eyes are still on what on more information to give a clear direction what is happening in that environment. That's why as a trader or investor, you must pay attention to all these things. And it has the way of also telling you what is happening in the market. Because it has the way of you as an investor to know exactly what you should do when it comes to this situation. Also, I see that oil price in international market are also slowing down as we speak. But good thing is that we saw a little spike in oil price this hour just because of what the margin, surprising drop in U.S. Crude, gasoline. In the last strike by by Israel and Iran was majorly on what on Iraq military, not Iraq what oil ports or oil refineries. That tells you that this will not affect oil market much. But also the World Bank has forecast that in the next year we're going to see oil price coming down, and that's also going to impact positively on what on commodity price. These are the things going to shape the market going to the future. As a trader, you must put all this in what into your decision making because it has a way of shaping your decision. You must know what is happening in that environment for it also to stay ahead of the market. It's a good thing that yes, you know all this so that they help you to make what informed investment decision. Yes, let's turn to the almighty US. Why I say almighty US? Because most of it happen in US as a way of affecting both Chinese market, both the European market, because these are the big economies in the world. Now look at what is happening in US. US our as we are coming closer to November 5th, where the highly contested presidential pool by Democrat and the and the Republicans trying to shape investors as But one thing that the economy of US is already slowing down, as data is pointing to, and that is why the GDP figure that is going to come today going to give a lot of insight whether the economy of US is expanding, or also you don't forget that the job report also is another major thing. If you are seeing job falling, it's a sign. But I believe that all these are going to shape the what the line of voting for what for those in the race, that investors also understand that any election move most time temporal. That means now that we're seeing results, like I said at the beginning, all sector rotation and environment will based on what on the strength of these numbers we are seeing so far. That sell in May and buy in October, you can see the important there, because most of the companies on the different markets are releasing their third quarter results, especially those that has the same calendar year with the same financial year with the calendar year of the year. For that is why you must pay attention to earnings as we speak now. But I believe that as investors pay attention on earnings, now it's time to now make informed investment decision based on these numbers, where you are likely to see a higher payout or something that is lesser. So they are also going to guide you to know what to do as a trader or investor. These are the key things that we need to pay attention to, because I believe that these numbers that are coming up now are pointing toward to a position that investor should pay attention to. That's why I said, as a trader or investor, don't need to panic. But for today, don't forget that today we are going to do more on what on earnings. Before going to earnings, what is the market data as we speak? Look at the market data. I'll tell you that market also have extended the 3 days downtrend. That means market is still trading below the T line as we speak. The market is trading, the market have break down the 98,000 cycle line down, not up, down. That means it's trading below it. Like you can see, the market is doing 97,969.10. Market is down by 88.97, down by 0.1%. But if you look at the market will remain positive. We're seeing 23 gainers as we speak now and 14 losers right away. But on the loser chart, we can see that those that are topping, we can see that UPDC is leading by 10%, followed by Fixing. You can see international energy, and that list, also followed by Me and Baker and NEM. I'll tell you that the number that came from Fixing and Me and Baker are very impressive number. I'm surprised that they are on the gainer. I tell you that yes, investors can react to them, but or they are seeing it in a different way before they come back and look at it another way. They start reacting. But if you look at the gainers as we speak now, the EUN sale is leading the world, is leading by 9.9%, or followed by C&I leasing 8.5%, trading at ₦3.94. We're seeing that communication also on that gainer chart, 8.5% in the green, and the NSL Tech also up by 8.2 to 366 kobo, followed by MC Nichols. These are the top gainers as we speak. But in terms of volume, we're seeing that Charms is leading in volume. Charms in recently have been trading volume. Is that sending a signal? Look at it. The number of Charms look very good. I'll tell you this is a good one. But let's wait and see the number for Charms for the 9 months result. But as we speak now, Charms have traded 97.4 million shares. Followed by MTN have traded 30.3 million shares. Custodian Investment have traded 13.2 million shares. UBA have traded 12.7 million shares this hour. And Zenith Bank have traded what? 6.9 million shares at 39 naira 85 kobo. This is the state of the market right we speak. But because we are talking more of earning now, I want to quickly look at let's start with the earnings that are for us to discuss. Let's start with the first one here. Let's look at the result that came from GTCO. GTCO will give us an insight. Yes, people will say that GTCO is having issue because of their network. I'll tell them it has nothing to do with the numbers we're going to discuss today. Yes, we know that it has a way, but not immediate, because the result has already been released before starting issue in this month of October. But if you look at the figure that came from GTCO, these numbers are impressive. Looking at the robust asset of GTCO, I think that the bank is passing strong, even when these numbers are contested by some people, which the regulator and the bank has come out to say all those ones are story. But I think that numbers don't lie. But let's look at the numbers that came from from the bank. Yet I mentioned the balance sheet, but I want to look at let's look at the the what we call a loss or income statement. Look at the income statement from this community. You can see that for me, there's a huge improvement in this income statement that should guide us as a trader or investor to take a informed investment decision. If you look at the top line here, when it comes to interest income, you can see that it's very huge now. Look at the net interest income from 297.54 billion to what 781.48 billion, for the period for the group. For me, this is a good one. Also, you can see that commission and commission and fees and commission income also moved from 91.32 billion to 100. It is more than 100%. You can see why we are seeing that this number. Look at other income, which is very, very important. I will clarify. Look at the other income, which is item 10, move from 355.27 billion to 577.39 billion for the period. At the end of the day, what matters is that what is the profit before tax? Profit before tax, you can see that there were a tremendous growth from what? From 433.2 billion to 1.22 trillion in what? In 2024. At the end of the day, profit for the period stood at what? At 1.1 trillion against 300. You can see this how many? This more than 300% no growth. Or I'll say yes. You can see for me, it's a good one for the holding company GTCO. At the end of the day, you can see that the number, the earning per share at this point has stood at what? At 38 naira 41 kobo against almost 12 naira 98 kobo the previous year. This is a good number, I would say. And also, can see that the price have moved from 51, 52 to 53. But I'll say that also investors have entered at a good price. This time also to take profit in the stock. But these are the things you should know that earnings is very, very important to guide you. Quick one, we look at the C&I Leasing. C&I Leasing is one of the companies that's into leasing business in Nigeria. Not only that, they're also venturing into what? Into electric vehicle coverage and also building battery cars to make sure that we have green energy in Nigeria. But if you look at C&I Leasing number, I'll tell you that this number is also very impressive when it comes to C&I Leasing, because as an investor, you must understand these numbers to know exactly what to do. Yes, recently we have seen improvement in C&I Leasing number for the past almost getting to 2 years now. Previous year, 2023, we saw growth of 4%. 2024, first quarter to this third quarter, we have seen an uptrend in the earnings of this number, which sensing now also give an investor an insight to what to do at the right time. If you look at the gross earning for this period, it moved from 16.33 billion to 28.91 billion for what? For the third quarter, which is the 9 months of the year. For me, it's a good one for the company. If we look at also the lease rental income, that is very, very important. That before you say gross earning, there are other things that make up. If you look at the lease gross earning, you can see that it moved from 9.73 billion to 25.81 billion. This is huge. At the end of the day, check also look at the tracking income again. Tracking income moved from 100.28 million to what? To 122.4. You can see that these are also more income, interest income for the period. Also, you can see that also move. You also need to understand all this to see what the company is doing, and other operating income also move up. That's why there's a slowdown here. You can see there's a slowdown from here at the end of the day. You can see there's a slowdown from the other operating income at 4 compared to what they had in 2023, and this you can see 789.22 million to a decline to 487.32 million. At the end of the day, it's very, very important that we know that we are seeing that the finance cost also there was also improvement in finance cost. These are cost, because don't forget that cost of borrowing is like finance cost moved from 4.43 billion to almost 7.2 billion. Can see high cost of fund and impairment and all this. But at the end of the day, what matters is that if you are seeing a positive gross earnings, that translates to what? To also a better figure at the bottom line. What matters is that what is the profit before tax and after tax? Here, profit before tax, you can see that it stood at 1.8 5.89 billion against 691.3 million. You can see the margin here. And at the end of the day, the company posted 100 and 100 and posted 159 billion against 414 point 1 million. You can see that there's a great improvement in the numbers of this company here. At the end of the day, this translates to what a 90 kobo earning per share against 53 kobo earning per share. That means you can easily forecast from here that this company can likely achieve 1 naira 20 kobo or 130 at the end of the day. If that happens, what will be the dividend at the end of the day? Fine, look at the cash flow here. Look at the cash flow here. You can also the operating cash flow for the period also. You can see that for the period under review, it's also see that it's negative or also negative here. But because of the nature of the company business, the negative, we also look at the negative position to see if it will continue in the next quarter or full year, because if you look at the previous year, I think it's a positive year, but now we're seeing a negative of what, 14 point something billion against a positive year. These are the things that you should also pay attention to when you are giving or looking at these numbers as to speak. Yes, we look at the number that came from me and Baker. That's why I'm surprised that me and Baker were seeing the number going, the price going down. So this number, this is an impressive number to start with. You see that the company, for the third month of the only 3 months from July to to September, which is 3 months, you can see that there's an improvement from the group for 5.52 to 7.82. This is a good one. But if you look at the revenue from the 9 months, move from 14.30 billion to 21.82 billion, which for me is a good one. Expanding your top line in that magnitude is also fine. 2 digits strong for me is a good one at the end of the day. Yeah, that cost of sale has also improved from about 9.58 billion to 15 point. At the end of the day, gross earnings, gross profit stood at 6.75 billion against 4.72 in 2023. But this also translates, like if you look at other interest income from the period, you can see that you can see interest income here from the period. You can see number item 8. You can see that there's a kind of an uptrend here, marginally 222.11 million to 255.79 million. At the end of the day, was that profit before tax stood at what 2.78 billion against 1.05 billion, and profit after tax for the period stood shortly at what 1.89 billion against 711.83 million. You can see that this is almost more than 100% growth, from in terms of bottom line. But as a trader investor, you must pay attention to all this. Yet, as market rise to this stock and it comes down, it gives you opportunity for you to buy into value. You must have all this at the back of your mind, that it will guide you to make what informed investment decision. If you look at what is the cash flow for this company, it's very, very important. You look at the cash flow to see. If you look at the cash flow of operating cash flow, you can see the net cash from operation. You can see that it moved. You can see that for the group, you can see even if you compare September as at that of December full year, you can see that we are getting more cash to do business. You can see that the operating cash flow is very, very good. In and out about 2.9 billion against 724.1 million in December as a full year 2023. For me, these are also a good one for investors to also look at. Then finally, look at the one from yes, we have another one, NGS. Let's look at the result that came from fixing also. Fixing the stock also to see the number. If you look at the number that came from fixing, you can see it here. This fixing, you can see fixing. This for the 3 months of the year. This for 3 months. This for the 9 months. Sorry, for the 9 months, and this for also for 2024. If you compare the top line here, 40.37 billion to 59.73 billion, and for fixing. And at the end of the day, after the expenses, what every investor want to look at is what is the profit after tax for the period. Profit after tax for the period move from for the period. You can see that profit after tax for the period for me, it's almost flat or a decline for fixing. And that's why for the price of me and Baker, I see opportunity there. Could have traded enough. I see that for fixing, the result is flat here. That's why we are seeing also improvement in top line. But you can see that it's from 3.57 billion to 3.44 billion. It's also a decline here we are seeing in terms of that is why the EPS dropped from 1 naira 56 kobo to 150 at the end of the day. Let's quickly look at what is the cash flow for this company. You need to understand what the cash flow is. It looking up? Yes, if the figures are flat, the bottom line is flat. What is the cash flow saying? Let's see where it's looking at and where it's heading to. The cash flow as we speak also is a negative cash flow we're seeing here. You can see it here against a positive of 12 point negative cash flow, operating cash flow of 12.55 billion against 2.7 positive. These are the things you must pay attention. Whether you are looking at the cash flow from investment activities and cash flow from work from finance, but I look at cash flow of operation that is most important because when a company earnings looking up and the operating cash flow is not looking up, it's a matter of time. Yes, another company I want to look at is Nigeria Stock Exchange. I will tell you that this is the season of the company. Why? Because we are seeing high foreign market activities, and this company who's going to go through this board is going to have one exercise to carry with them. But provide platform, a lot of things, recording and all those stuff, because taking an all acknowledgement and everything that we expect to see more better number, and which also the Q1, Q2 of this company have reflected it. Only that the company that just start paying dividend, one cannot say that their dividend is consistent. Nobody know what they will do next. But I believe that for last year, they made everything they make up was almost 1 naira, 25 kobo into dividend, and 75 kobo at the end of it, almost 1 naira for the year. Yes, the price is around 21 naira, and we are seeing this powerful earnings from the company for the 9 months of the year. Look at the revenue for this period. You can see that if you look at the revenue for the group, you can see that there's a movement from 5.95 billion to 11.6 billion. If you can see the figure here right away where my cursor is, this for the group. You can see the two here figure here and here. This from here you can see that this more than what? This more than almost 100%, or let's say almost 100% change in terms of price, in terms of movement from 5.95 billion to 11.6 billion at the end of the day. But if you look at other income for this company, it's also improved. Other income, when I mean other income, you can see it here. Look at this other income, I improved from 913.66 million to 1.72 billion against 6.86 billion at the end of the day. But here you also look at the operating expenses. You can see that also is on the high side again, more up. But finally, what is the operating profit for the period? The operating profit stood about 5.8 billion against the 2.53 in 2023. And finally, profit after tax, after factoring what the tax, or make provision for tax for this quarter, we're seeing that for this period 9 months, we're seeing that the profit after tax stood at what, at 4.3 billion against what, against 1.3 billion in 2023. This is very massive. This is a fantastic number, almost from 1 point something to what, to 4.9%, more than 300% up for me. It's a good start. It's a good third quarter, pointing to what the year will look like for NDS. If you look at also the assets also have improved. This robust balance sheet. I've seen that yes, retained earnings have moved from 36.4 billion to almost 39.26 billion for the period. For me, these are numbers that also guide us as a traders or investors, especially as the year is winding down. We must pay attention to all this. Also, we want to quickly look at the cash flow. The cash flow for also NGS also is in negative. You can see that negative, but a drop from what we saw in 2023, 2.73 billion negative to 1.5 8 billion in 2024. These are the numbers we will discuss for today. Then we'll do more next Friday, and also why we're looking at sector, comparison by our meeting on Saturday afternoon. I want to look at sector by sector because this number also further help to do what for sector rotation, portfolio balance, and at the same time to know what companies with high potential and their value components to know where to start keying in against what end of the year financial that comes what in December and the first quarter of 2025. On this note, I'll say thank you and also see you. Yes, because of the chat, we're having issues from the live chat we normally use for that. We'll do the live chat next Friday, hopefully by God's grace. On this note, I'll say thank you. Bye. See you on Friday, hopefully by God's grace. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. Bye.